Now we have to talk about none other than Katy Perry. Okay, she used to be a big pop star. Katy Perry used to be at the top of her game. She had 5 number ones off of one album, 5 number one songs. She did the Super Bowl halftime show. Her clout has gone down. Okay, suddenly she's an astronaut. Remember she went up in that Blue Origin thing with Lauren Sanchez and it was the Jeff Bezos thing? That was a clown show. Okay, and then she came out and she was kissing the ground. Katy Perry, her clout has been down for a while, but she's back in the press. She's in the press because apparently she's testifying this Tuesday in a lawsuit over a house. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with this, okay? So she's going to face off with Carl Westcott's family for the second phase of their legal war after he sold his home to Katy Perry via her business manager, Bernie Goodvie, okay? This is a $15 million mansion, and the sale apparently happened in 2020. But what was relayed to me, right? Apparently he was sick. He was in the hospital. He wasn't doing well. He wasn't in good mental capacity. Someone came in allegedly and said, you know what? You're going to sell your house to Katy Perry. They quickly went back and said, hey, he was not in a good place. This is not going to happen. We can't get this to go through, yada, yada, yada. Katy Perry now really wanted to evict this elderly man from his home. And this seems to be a track record with Katy Perry. She has some issue with elderly people. I was researching this morning. There's this article as well from 2018 where she, I believe, was suing some nuns for their home as well. So there was a nun involved in a Katy Perry convent lawsuit who collapsed and died in court. Okay. So Katy Perry, I don't know if she's a ghoul. I don't know what happens, but she seems to have some beef with elderly people. She must really, really want this house. Okay, she really, really wants this house. And my thing is this. Deals fall through all the time, right? A deal can fall through any day of the week. And it's giving broke, bizarre behavior that she is still clinging to this, that she is still hanging on to this. So let me tell you what's going on, okay? She has countersued Carl Westcott, claiming that he owes her $3.25 million in damages because she was unable to rent out the mansion during their legal fight from September of 2020 to March of 2024. Now, Katy Perry's legal team wants an additional $2.29 million in repair damages. So I don't know what's going to happen. All of this fight over the house. You would think that she would show empathy, compassion to someone who is elderly, maybe not in full command of their faculties, who wasn't doing well. You would think that she would show some type of compassion, but I think her life is falling apart around her, right? Her relationship with Orlando Bloom has blown up. They're no longer together. Her tour is an utter calamity. Her albums aren't selling. I don't know what's going on with Katy Perry. She's glomming on to Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos. Those are her new best friends, right? Actually, probably the best decision she's made, glomming on to those two. But I don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit over the house. I have to say, as someone who watched my grandfather deteriorate, have dementia, Alzheimer's, not remember names, places, and things, I couldn't imagine someone coming in and then him selling off his home, right? I remember when my grandfather tried to rent a car and they were like, sir, we cannot rent you this car because you cannot drive anymore. But he knew how to pick up the phone and call and rent a car. You know what I'm saying? But that car dealership would be understanding. I don't know what's going on with Katy Perry. And I think it's interesting that so many elderly people have bad experiences with her, whether it's these nuns who are dropping dead, whether it's the Westcott family. So we'll be tracking this a little bit more in depth on Wednesday. We'll come back and let you know what has happened and what has transpired. But what I can tell you is, being from Dallas, these are good people, okay? The Westcott family, above board, great people. They would not be doing this if they did not feel they were in the right and Katy Perry was in the wrong, in my opinion, right? I don't think they would be engaging in this. They don't need the money. They don't need the attention. They don't need press. So I don't think they would be involved in this unless they thought they had a winning argument and they felt like Katy Perry was trying to take advantage of an elderly man who was not in full command of his faculties. And there's some other weirdness too, where there are all these LLCs, and apparently Orlando Bloom owns the home. So we'll see what happens. I think there's a lot of fancy footwork going on here. I think Katy Perry, when you hang on to something like this so hard, it's because other parts of your life are falling apart. Right? When you continue to wage this battle and war against an elderly man, or whether it was the nuns that she was allegedly trying to kick out of their home as well, and the nuns in the convent are dropping dead, when you do those things, it's because you yourself are rotten a little bit in your core and you're not happy in your life. So we'll be tracking this case as it unfolds. The last thing I want to discuss, okay? Serena Williams. Serena Williams, massive tennis star, legend, icon. She's been going on TV shows recently and basically promoting her own version of Ozempic. She's been going out and promoting her own version of semaglutide, her own GLP-1 drug, and where things get a little bit weird is that allegedly her husband is an investor in the drug. And Serena Williams, she's getting backlash for this. We have the pictures up on the screen because Serena Williams is ripped and fit. People would kill for her body. Women would kill for her body. So if she's promoting GLP-1 drugs, what does that say? It's different if Lizzo, right? If Lizzo goes out there and says, hey, I took Ozempic and it helped me lose weight. Yes, you're someone who we would see benefits from Ozempic. When you look at Serena Williams, she's not someone who should really be promoting GLP-1 drugs, in my opinion. And she's been called out by another actress, Jamila Jamil, and she criticized her for promoting this drug. Let me read you a little bit. So she shared a lengthy Instagram post warning about the possible dangers of what she called miracle drugs that some celebrities are pushing without addressing the risk. She said, Serena Williams is selling GLP-1s. The thing I feel most uncomfortable about here is that celebrities have access to doctors most others don't have access to. These miracle weight loss drugs come at a price. She went on to list some of the side effects, and I couldn't agree more. I think it's very bizarre for Serena Williams, who has hundreds of millions of dollars, to me promoting a GLP-1 drug. She isn't really talking about the side effects as much as she should, in my opinion. So Serena Williams, we don't know what's going on with you, sweetheart. I think this is really weird and bizarre. And what a way to tarnish your legacy. Serena Williams is an icon and a legend in her own right, and will be a legend in the history books. So when you see her on TV hawking a pharmaceutical product, it just looks weird. It looks desperate. And you almost wonder if her husband, who's allegedly an investor, is pushing her to go out and do this. I don't know about you, but after I travel, my skin is dry. That's when Peak's Radiant Skin Duo came to the rescue. This doctor-recommended duo, trusted by experts like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Jason Fung, and Dr. Will Cole, supports whole body wellness from the inside out. Sun Goddess Matcha provides steady, calm energy throughout the day, packed with L-theanine for focus and EGCG antioxidants. It supports skin clarity and gut health. BT Fountain electrolytes hydrate like nothing else and help lock moisture in, making skin look amazing. And Peak ensures all ingredients are free from heavy metals, pesticides, and mold. If you need more hydration, then give Peak a try. Get 20% off plus a free frother and glass beaker here, peaklife.com/link. Again, that's peaklife.com/link.